Alright, this is the starting point. I forgot to get a picture of my wife's truck. So this is the before picture, before monoleafing. You can see where the rear end sits and where the front end sits. We're going to monoleaf the rear. So on with the video. See, look, that's on my phone. Alright, there's a 1975 Toyota Hilux. That over there is a 1994 Toyota pickup. They changed the name after the Hilux. And across seas, over there, you Aussies, Australians, New Zealanders, all you guys, I hope I didn't miss anybody, still call them Hiluxes, which I like the name Hilux better. I guess you guys would still call mine a Toyota Hilux. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to monoleaf it. That's removing the center leaf. It's not hard at all. Most mini trucks, you can do this too. We're going to take, there's 1, 2, 3 leaves. We're going to take the center leaf out and leave the overload, which is the little short one on the bottom. That'll stop it from going out too much. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the bump stop because we're already running into it anyway. If you remember, we put the lowering blocks on, so we're going to go ahead and remove the bump stops. Then we're going to take all the bolts off of the U-bolts. Alright, got the bump stops off for both sides. Remember, they were right there. There was one right there, and there's one over there somewhere. Took the wheels off, undid the U-bolts. Now all my bolts are sitting right there. I'm taking those out. I had some 3-inch blocks, so I'm going to replace them. Those were the ones that used to be on my other Toyota. So now I can use them on... Oh, what do we have here? Oh, how cute. Anyway, let's see. Them little things keep rubbing me in the face. And she thinks it's funny. Alright. So now I got all that done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jack the axle up. And I'm going to secure it up against the frame. That way we can play with the leaf springs. Alright. Jacked it up in the middle. And as you can see, I've got just some rubber bungee straps around it just to hold it up temporarily, because I'm all about safety. So rubber straps sounded really good to me. I've got it lifted up off of the leaf spring. So now the leaf spring is just hanging there by itself with no tension on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this center bolt out so I can pull this bottom leaf off. And then what I'm going to do is I'll end up cutting this bracket right here. I'll cut that off so I can get that center leaf out of there. And hopefully I can get these bolts off and be able to reuse them. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, you see I already broke that one apart. And I got this one. This stuff is awesome. If you don't have some, get some, or something like it. I sprayed it on top so it would soak down through, and I sprayed it on the bottom of the bolt to allow it to soak into it. And then that top bolt, it's not a bolt, it's just a round thing, see it? So I'm going to take the vice grips, I'm going to put them on there, and then that way I can hold it with this hand and use the pliers to break the bottom, but go slow, otherwise you can snap that bolt easy. I want to reuse the bolt, so if you snap the bolt, you're going to have to find another bolt with the head about that size, grade 8 bolt, to put back through here to hold this together. So I'm not trying to. See, my other one's right there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this broke loose. There's no tension on this. The whole thing is loose. See? So this isn't going to pop apart with this just hanging the way it is. This hanger allows it to release tension. So there's no tension on this right now. Alright, now I'm soaking it some more so that it'll unrust itself. Word of thought, okay, when you're breaking this loose and you get it to turn a little bit, don't keep turning it fast, because it's going to heat this bolt up and it can snap the bolt off with the nut still on it. So take it slow and work it little by little, and you have a better chance of breaking this bolt off of there without having to snap it. Because like I said, trying to find another one of these is kind of hard to do. So you might be able to go to the parts store and get one. I've never tried, but that would be another alternative. Most of these come on a leaf spring set. All right, enough talk about that. What we're going to do here is we need this loose from that. Actually, we don't really need that loose from that. What we need to do is we need to cut this so it'll release this leaf spring here. You see, that's what's holding the middle one on. So we're going to leave this just the way it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this at the edge right here. And the same thing with that one. That way that leaf spring will be able to slide off. And we'll be able to get that out of there. And we got to do that on both sides. Alright, after you get the one side cut, you should be able to finesse this. See? You can push it over. And then that'll pop down. Same thing with the back side. You're just going to push this and get it to pop loose. And then you're going to grab it. You're going to lift it up. You're going to kill a spider on your leg. And then you turn it, and that center leaf pops right out of there. Now I took a wire brush and I went back and I cleaned my bolts. To get this back together, just brush some of the sand, dirt, or rust, and let me show you what I'm doing here. So you're looking at the ground. Once you get that dusted off, see, that's going to help that keep center still. You're going to take this, you line it back up, and then you'll throw that bolt through there and put the nut on the bottom. And there you go. See, the bolt is back on there. And you have a little bit more threads on the bottom side, but it's enough thread that it'll tighten up. I'm going to go do the other side, and then that way this will be done. We can go ahead and put the block back. Alright, see, we got the axle taken back off the bungees. Got it down here. I got the jack on the front side holding it from rolling forward because it wants to roll forward. Put the U-bolts on. I'm going to put the lower shock mount and bracket on there and get those bolted up, and then we'll lower it back down. Alright, one more thing. Because this sticks down a little bit further, it won't go into this groove that's on there. Some of your vehicles, they have a hole right in the center of the plate here, so it'll be fine. But on this particular one, you're going to have to cut the little tip off, about equivalent of what the leaf spring was. See, there's the other one. I cut it off on this side too. Now be careful when you're putting your bolts on not to strip them out, because they're cut crooked or whatever, so be careful putting them back on. If you need to, take the U-bolts off and then kind of file down the just on the tips of these to make sure that your bolts are going to go on easy. You don't want to cross thread them and have to buy new U-bolts. So there, I've got both sides on. I'm going to put the wheels on and we'll see what this thing looks like on the ground. Alright, what she's going to do now is she's going to drive it around the block. That'll help to settle everything, get everything to sit maybe a little bit lower. Right now, this is where she's sitting in the rear. You excited? You gonna say anything? It's like you can't talk. Why not?
Because I waited for a long time for the back.
Because what?
I waited for a long time for the back.
Oh, that's because I need to get on my butt about doing stuff, huh? Alright, go on. Go around the block. And now her exhaust pipe slightly rubs on the way out of the driveway. Listen, you might hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but she's scraping her muffler on the ground. Alright, let's get a good look at it. Oh, I'm liking that. All right. I think that's where the back's gonna sit now. Right there. That's a good look. The front end is a little bit tucked. So until we get it bagged, what?
I drug twice.
You did what?
Over there, I dragged up that way, getting on the road, and down here, turned in here.
When you pulled out?
And when I pulled in here.
You ever seen a girl so excited? I've heard of a few out there. There's a few of you out there that are excited when you do that. How's it ride? Smooth?
I like it.
Oh, you like it? You like it rough? Okay, anyway. Now, go out, monoleaf your truck, have fun with it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. If I missed anything on the monoleafing, please let me know in the comment section below. What else? Oh, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And how about some thumbs up for a girl that likes to drag stuff. See y'all in the next video.